This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not helping bad girls set up their websites, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio World.
All of us have struggled through the COVID-19 pandemic, and many of our communities have been particularly hard hit. Some things definitely need to change, but a few things should stay the same, like protecting your child from serious diseases you can prevent now. Preventable diseases like measles, mumps, and whooping cough. Is camp, childcare, or in-person school on your family's agenda? Give your child a healthy and safe summer and school year by making sure they're up to date on vaccinations and well child visits. You have the power to protect. Call your healthcare provider to find out what vaccinations your child is due for and make an appointment today. If you need help finding a provider, visit parenthelp123.org or call the Help Me Grow Washington hotline at 1-800-322-2588. An interpretation is available.
This is Big Poppy, host of Jazz from the Cabinets. Join me each week for a listening tour of the first century of jazz, an eclectic mix of Dixieland, big band, cool jazz, bebop, contemporary jazz, world jazz, all jazz in all forms. That's Jazz from the Cabinets with Big Poppy on Rainier Avenue Radio, streaming worldwide on rainieravenueradio.world.
If you or a family member are 55 or over and need nursing home level care, but want to keep living where you are, check out Providence Elder Place PACE. This program offers healthcare, housing, transportation, and recreational activities. There are no co-pays or deductibles, and it's covered through Medicare and Medicaid. Providence Elder Place PACE works to keep you healthy and in your home. Call 206-320-5325 or visit providence.org Elder Place. Providence.org Elder Place.
Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station will provide you with more information. Rainier Avenue Radio, it's just different.
Welcome to The Sentiment, a thought-provoking show with discussions that consist of life's experiences. We are bringing thoughts and perspectives out of captivity and isolation into spaces that promote awareness, healing, restores hope, and proclaims victory in everyday thinking and living. Come sip with me.
Hey y'all, welcome back to The Sentiment. It's your girl Latrice Chenee, and I am excited to be back with you all another evening. So today, you all, we have someone extremely phenomenal. I'm really excited and honored that he was available to come and sit with us on this evening. And it's going to be a great pleasure to host him. So help me give a warm welcome and round of applause to Joshua Fields. Welcome. Hey.
Hey, what's up? What's popping?
What's going on?
You know, I'm sitting and I'm sipping. That's what's going on.
Yes, you are. Indeed. What you sipping on since you brought it up?
Yeah, you know, I'm having a little rosé, you know.
Okay.
From the
Come
Josh
on, rosé.
brand. Not, and the wine wasn't named after me, but Josh Sellers is a popular wine brand, and I do the rosé. I like my wine on a little sweeter side.
Okay.
So, you know, that's
so
just,
is that a sweet rosé? Because rosé to me is a little drier than
well, this is a juicy, sweet vibe.
Okay, so what's the brand again?
Josh Sellers.
Josh Sellers. Hey, Kevin. Josh Sellers. So if you all are looking for a little bit rosé on the sweeter side, there you go.
Hit them up.
So you all, again, if you're just tuning in, whether it's in the car and you're vibing with us or you're tuning in through YouTube or Facebook Live, you are listening to The Sentiment on Rainier Avenue Radio. And we are sitting with the executive coach, Joshua Fields, this evening. Joshua, let's just jump right in. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Talk to the people.
I'm going to talk to the people. born and raised in South Seattle. The 206 is home. Went through all public schools, so Dunlap Elementary, South Shore Elementary, Franklin High School. Graduated with a degree. See, we supposed to be loving. I'm trying to keep the peace.
I'm sorry. I lead with love on this show.
There we go. There we go. We're going to get it right. We're going to get
Franklin,
it right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Graduated from University of Washington in 2004, and then I skipped across the country to Howard University School of Divinity. So
now.
Yeah, so I did that. Got my graduate degree there, and got a master's degree. Came back, started working for a telecom communications company, and recently, as of this year, I decided to chuck up the deuces and retire my jersey for now in corporate America and open up my own executive coaching practice, which is going extremely well. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears to create and craft your own voice without typically the backing, which I'm used to. Right, I've served as a director in the telecom space, but decided to step out there on my own and do my own thing, and we're not looking back.
Absolutely, we're glad that you did. Part of the reason, sorry. Sometimes the comments can.
Yeah, I see it. We just gonna ebb and flow through it.
I have to share this one though. So Mr. Kevin Lang says, you're interviewing them Quakers, huh? So there's not a lot of love for the green and the black today. It's purple and white and orange and blue on mine. So
okay.
So the title of this show is kind of a spinoff of what you said, leaving corporate America, starting your own thing. And I thought of it and played it with your last name. So let's talk about the right field, right? Okay. Let's talk about what is that? What would that mean to you? Because you are really showing up as your most authentic self, and you're helping and empowering others to do the same in every area of their life, not just in their career.
Yeah.
So when I say the right field, like, what does that mean to you? Is there a right field?
Yeah, so that's a good clarifying statement, because what's right for you might not be right for someone else. Mm-hmm. And we often in our lives, we find comfort in community. And so if everybody's doing it, it must be right.
Come on.
Right? If everybody is on it, well, that must be the thing to have.
Right.
And we continuously ignore what our intuition might be telling us, what is right for you, what feels right for you, in exchange for some projection that is outside of you that you cower in front of. And that could be from your spouse, your parents, your religion, your high school affiliation, right? When the community is louder than your voice, it drowns out what could be right and feel comfortable for you. And so the right field is really an interrogation of what's right for you. And I really operate from a space where there is no judgment about what's right or wrong. We're experiencing life. Life always unearths things with a little bit of pressure, a little bit of pain. Some suffering has to be involved to get on the right path that is true for you. And you might look at somebody else, well, they didn't have to go through that. They're not going through this. But we're all experiencing the way we have been designed to experience our life here and now. And it's up to us to trust that process.
Absolutely.
And not cower in front of others or other entities or corporate positions or titles that drown who you are for yourself and how you need to show up for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So in saying that, when did you make the decision? How did you arrive here? Because you said you left, you came back to the telecommunications world, you climbed the ladder there. Tell us a little bit about that experience, how you feel like it defined you and maybe stifled your voice. And then when you arrived to the place where you're at now, where making the decision came.
Yeah. So I grew up Church of God in Christ, Koji. church 8 days a week. Like we're there. Like, on Friday, I don't even know about Tolos and proms like that because I was in church Friday night. So that was my experience, right? My father and my mother lived a very different life before finding Jesus, and we were raised, my sister and I, Tia, we were raised in a very, very sheltered environment. And so a lot of how we were raised was around doing the right thing, right? And the right thing was often in exchange for making sure that whatever fear-based value system was being placed on us, it was the projections of my parents' fears that kept us in church, because all they had in comparison was the life that they lived, which was a litany of things, right? So in and out of prison, selling dope, all the things that come with that lifestyle, they found Jesus. And then it was like, oh, these last two babies, oh yeah, we're gonna make sure that they're protected and well secured for the kingdom. Right. So everything that my sister and I grew up with was we were looking to be accepted and be good enough. Right. And then when you really start unpacking just the religiosity that an African American male, a child, can grow up with in the inner city, around acceptance, trying to find out who they are, also want to please your parents, that can be cumbersome.
Yes.
And even the text that we use, right? It's often, yeah, God loves you, but do you know his son? Yeah, you're saved, but do you speak? Do you speak in tongues? Right, so there's always these layers of
so many levels and layers.
Damn, am I good enough or not? I mean,
or not, right?
I didn't ask to be here, right? And so we can take that and we can play with that a little bit in understanding just the tumultuous effort to just show up as you. I got to drown out, my voice is being drowned out every step of the way, right? And depending on how you believe and what you subscribe to, you've been designed complete to be able to journey this life, because we've been doing it for millions of years, depending on, we're here for a reason. Right. So we have been designed to thrive and to live. And everything about us has been placed, special gifts have been placed in us that have to be processed with life. Absolutely. And so I experienced my upbringing as something that shaped me. I have fought with it. I have resentment for it, but I also know that there are gifts attached to it that I have to be curious about without someone else's voice telling me who I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to do, all the other things that come with living a life for someone else, because it's safer for them for you to fit into their box.
Right. That's good. Come on. Come on. We hear
I haven't even got to my journey in corporate America yet.
But we haven't. But you know, that is a part of the question. How did you arrive here? Because we didn't even talk about corporate America, but you're talking about outside of. There's a lot of reasons why we make the decisions and the choices that we make 100%. In every area of our life. And if you start with where you started, it's going to literally affect every area, relationships, career, you know, so your social life. So really, realistically, you started, that's a good start. So talk a little bit about what you did in corporate America and when the light bulb went off, when you were like, you know what, this is not what I'm doing anymore.
So I was a sales director. So a lot of what I experienced in sales is you get instant gratification. That's usually through some form of cash, awards, prizes, whatever, right? And so that motivated me to, again, ignore what I knew I should be doing.
Okay.
But it wasn't clear because I was seduced by a title. I was seduced by what we call golden handcuffs, stock options and bonuses. And if the company does well, you get a big payout, you know, at the end of the fiscal year, come March. And so all that's enough to drown who you think you are out.
Yes.
Right. And so you have to fight to become yourself and believe in who you have been created to be, even when it's in the face of uncertainty, right? You got to be curious about your own
Come on,
journey.
let's run that back.
Run that back.
Run that one back.
Run it back. Yeah, you have to. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Come on.
Yeah, you got to be brave enough.
Adversity.
Yeah, you got to be brave enough to face your own adversity, right?
Yeah.
Even when it's uncertain.
Right.
Because the fear can enable you to sit and to sit and sip your way and lose the time that you need to be devoted to yourself so you can continue to grow and thrive in the way that's authentic to you.
Right.
I'm reading this book, Will Smith's book right now. I don't know who's aware of it right now, but there's something in the book that just really hits home. Okay. And his mom, she got her breakthrough education. She wanted to go to college and everything. So guess what the kids are going to do? They're going to go to college and get their education. Well, that didn't really hit that way for Mr. Will Smith. He wanted to be a rapper. Now, he wanted to be a rapper during the late 80s before we knew what rap was going to be. He was taking a risk.
Right.
19 years old, wanting to start a rap career, wasn't going to class, told mom, y'all say that I'm going to be a rapper, right? So this created some tension in the house. His dad told him, well, take the year to go try to be a rapper.
Okay.
And your mom will get her wish for you to go to school if you decide to go to school. And so he's grappling with, well, man, a year? I can do that. I'm about to make this happen because of how much he believed in himself. He was even at odds with his mother. Come to find out, the rap career didn't really pop off, but he had another opportunity that came.
Yeah.
Late night at a Quincy Jones party, he got presented with the opportunity to become the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The rest is history. Right. But he was willing to bet on himself in the face of being uncertain, not subscribing to what necessarily was right for his mother. Right. He chose himself. Right. And that commitment to self allows you to serve others freely because you cannot give what you do not have.
You cannot give. You can't flow from an empty cup.
No, you can't. So you have to do the work on you. And it doesn't matter what phase of your life you find yourself in, because I found myself at 38. I just turned 40 this year. So I found myself at 38. Yeah. I just got back from Vegas. I thought I was 25 out there. So, hey, I'm feeling good about it. But you gotta decide for yourself. And like I did when I was in my role, I was a part of what they call the Great Resignation. It's a term they're using to describe this mass exodus from corporate America, health services, frontline retail, all the different things combined to be this Great Resignation. They estimated started back in April of 2021. Ironically, that's the month I decided to quit my job. Leading up to that point, I was faced with some things within the corporation that I was in and thought that, what am I going to do that I'm really passionate about that I would not mind doing for free? That was my rubric. Those were my rules. Okay. And I started to look back at, and there was also some pressure that came from the role I was in. George Floyd had just been murdered publicly. Millions of screens saw this. I had a team that was primarily African-American that I managed, that I led. And I attempted to relate with them. And I used the word Chocolate City to reference them on this sales rally call. I said something to the effect, Chocolate City about to represent, watch out. Well, in the high sense of concern that I was using racial slurs to refer to some African-American folks on my team, I was disciplined for it. I went to Howard where I learned the term Chocolate City. So I was very adept in the vernacular of African-Americans. And I'm from Seattle. I get that. They give me a hard time being from Seattle. Are there any Black folks in Seattle? Yes, there are.
Yes, there are.
Yes, there are. And that situation put the pressure on me because I was at risk for losing bonuses and all the reasons why I work, recognition. So you take that away, Now I'm like, well, what am I doing here?
Mm-hmm.
The distraction starts to sunset, and the reality of the situation starts to face you, that you are a number. They're so hell bent on trying to control what you can say, what you can't say, without lacking context.
Right.
They created a situation that was way more drastic than it needed to be.
Absolutely.
But I thank God the situation happened, because it got my attention in another way.
Yes.
No matter how many sales awards I won, no matter how much money I made, they was willing to let me go.
Right.
For a misunderstanding of a comment that I made to my people.
Right. Right.
So I decided I was going to quit and do my own thing, but I had to worry about that ever happening again. And it was scary. There was fear. I talked to the lady. I'm like, baby, I can't do this anymore, because I feel like my voice is being muffled. I had all the negative stuff is going through your head. Like, can you make it? Can you do this? Can you do that? But I needed that situation to get my attention and start my exit. And so my exit was started. It took about 6 months. Along those 6 months, let me tell you about this, Latrice. They removed the discipline. They reinstated me and allowed me to get all the things and accolades, because my team continued to thrive.
Right.
But my mind was already made up.
Right.
Because I was willing to go do something that money could not give me.
Right.
My title could not give me. I had to start living my own purpose. And so I found a coaching program, the Institute of Professional Excellence in Coaching, which changed my life. It allowed me to take my natural innate skill and put some structure around it. And build a business around my purpose.
Right.
If that did not happen, I would have been lulled to sleep by comfort.
Yes. It would have been them Christmas bonuses, honey.
Yeah, exactly. So
he was waiting out.
That all said, I decided to start my exit. I did. Here I am. And that was the ups and downs of my corporate experience. And I can't knock any of it.
Wow.
I can't knock any of it, because if none of it happened, I wouldn't be in the position I am today. And then what's also playing in the background is my father passed away in September of this year. And I would not have been around to be intimately in the same space as my father as he transitioned. And support my mom, support the family, and be present without worrying about, who's running my team. And so it all happened for a reason.
Right.
And I pay attention to those reasons, so those reasons can serve my future.
Absolutely. So you've said so much.
I run my mouth.
No, I mean in an amazing way, right? Like you just said so much. It was so rich. And I hope you all are listening. You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio, and we're here with Joshuah Fields.
Yeah.
And you all, he is giving us his story, the success that he's had. And if you all don't know, this man has done some amazing things in the corporate world, so much so that he was promoted to a level to take over a region, and they even moved him and his family to another state to do this, because he's done some amazing things there. So he didn't just walk away from, he walked away from a lot.
Yeah.
So he took the leap, he took the risk. Shout out to your beautiful wife who stood with you and supported you in the background, because that's a big deal too. So I'm not going to, glaze over that one. Shout out to her.
She's the boss. She gave the okay.
Yeah, because she's the boss lady.
I was emotional about it. That's why, and she's my yin yang. I'm the gas, she's the brakes. And so once we get in the car, she's like, wait a minute, is everybody buckled before you start to hit the gas? Right? Is the door shut? Because I know you want to hit the gas, but we need to. Well, I drive a Tesla now, so it's not really a gas.
Come on, humble brag.
Hey, we gotta save the planet. We gotta save the planet.
Come on, you're saving the planet. Come on, Tesla.
But all seriousness, she's been a large part of supporting me. And what's so dope about her is we just celebrated 10 years in September.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. She allows me to be me, everything that comes with that.
Absolutely.
Allows me to be me. We are two individuals
Mm-hmm.
that have decided by choice to create a life for our little people and allow them to grow up in an environment that fosters curiosity, fosters doing them.
Now that's a whole different topic.
That's a whole different topic.
I love what y'all are doing.
It's a lifestyle.
I love what y'all are doing.
It's a lifestyle.
I do.
It's a lifestyle.
I do. I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing. I love what you all are doing over there, you and your wife. I've watched the posts. I'm reading. I'm watching. I'm following. Your girls, your beautiful baby boy. I just love what you guys are doing. It's different. I love how you all are parenting. So I actually may have y'all come on later. We don't have to. That's a whole, because that's a good one. You said something earlier on one of the platforms, and I can't recall it right now, but it was just, you posted it today, and it was phenomenal. And to me, it starts when we have little people. I always tell people we're parenting not only, their own personalities and shoes and clothes. No, you're parenting their purpose. You're parenting their character. There's so much more that comes with having children. 100%. And so I do want to really jump into that on some episodes, because I think a lot of people are missing it, and they're trying to mold their children around their ideals, like you said, their beliefs, what they hope for, what they believe their purpose is. But their children have their own individual purpose. They were created to be here for a whole different reason, and we're just here to steward them while they're here, right? And I think we miss the point. When we're here to steward them, we miss some things, right?
Children come through us. If you're blessed enough to have a child, they come through you. They do not come to you. They are not yours. You do not own them.
You do not own them. Come on.
And so even with that little bit of insight, you have to create a space for them to foster and be themselves, even if it's in opposition to you. Now that takes some time.
Yes.
But all they're gonna do is just be what you need them to be in front of you. Mm-hmm. And you're going to miss out on all the things that they're trying to figure out for themselves, because you're too busy trying to control them, because you're afraid of yourself.
Right.
You don't want to be reminded about who you are through your children, because you weren't ready to deal with who God created you to be, because you were suffocated by someone.
That's part of the reason why we stifle other people. Other people are stifled because we're busy projecting what we believe they're supposed to be doing versus what they know they're called to do.
Exactly.
So it's huge. Oh, come on now. We're getting into a whole different. Let's finish up here, because let's get through this. We have to come on back and sit. We're gonna have another discussion. So what advice would you give someone who is sitting, and I told you where I was briefly, who has the position, have the title, all these things, right? But there's something on the inside of them that's deeply rooted and burning to have them move forward into what they were purposed to do, but they're not moving. What advice would you?
So I work with corporate clients all the time around who they want to be in their role. And this is not to promote like quit your job and leave and figure make intentional decisions about who you want to be. A lot of what happens to you, you're in control of, right? Within my coaching sessions, we're dealing with your energy, right? We have 7 levels of energy, and we're all shaped in very unique fashions of this energy. And so if you are unaware of how you just show up, what energetic load you bring to the space, and you're unaware of that, you're going to continue to make the same patterns over and over and over. I don't care if you have a VP title or if you're a frontline sales worker in a call center. Like, your energy dictates what you will do and what you will allow to happen to you. And so all I'm saying is spend some more interrupted time thinking through who you want to be. There is no question that in April of 2021, 4 million people decided to leave their job. in the midst of a pandemic. You know why? Because we had time to think.
Absolutely.
What else will you do if you give yourself permission to think and bet on yourself in the face of people distracting you?
Mm-hmm.
Some people are medicating on social media stories to get their fix. I'm telling you, that is not enough to bring forth what is in you to live your own purpose-filled life. You have to do it because no one's going to give you that time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And with that, how can people tap into what you have?
Yeah.
I want to dig a little bit deeper. We might have to do a part 2.
Okay.
Because we have to wrap this up. But
all right,
tell us really quickly how they can reach you, and what would that look like?
No doubt. So you can find me on social media, joshua.fields.coach. My website, www.joshuafields.coach. And on LinkedIn as well. And, I'm posting content all the time. A lot of folks love the stories that I share, but ultimately, I'm living my own journey in front of people, and I'm sharing what I want to share. Everything's not public, but of what you get a glimpse in, it's my authentic self. If I post a story, know that it hit me first, know that it's resonating with me. And I just believe that enough of our tribe and soldiers are out there that want to live an authentic life that's true to them and do it unapologetically.
Absolutely.
And F the haters. I have to say that. I don't know if I can say what I want to say, but you get what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Do you for you because you're worth it.
Do you for you because you're worth it. That's the final sentiment. Do you for you because you're worth it. Wow. Know that we got you. We love you. We want you to show up as your authentic self, and we're all in this journey together, one day at a time, one step at a time. Thank you so much, Joshua. We appreciate you for coming out. We'll definitely have you back again. And until next time, you all.
Thank you.
Just different.
Thank you for listening to The Sentiment. Please join me next time with the next topic and the next guest that graces us with their presence. In the meantime, be blessed and be gracious and kind to yourself and others. Mwah, mwah.